Hello there guys and welcome back to Planet Coaster. I'm John and in today's episode we are actually missing a lot of footage. Unfortunately, I had a few issues with the recording software that I was using and it seems that some of the data I recorded was actually corrupted, so that was a bit of a mess, but unfortunately we're missing. It's about an hour's worth of footage, and it was of building a restaurant. You may see some bits of it, or at least you'll see the restaurant at least. And it was actually it was actually one of the better buildings I've built so far. It had quite a lot of detail on it, and I was going into quite a lot of effort building it. So it's actually quite unfortunate that that went missing. But nonetheless, I'm building this kind of weird. I don't really know what it is. It's a very odd shaped building, and it's quite thin. I'm not sure if that's a bad thing, but either way, I really like the shape of it, and so it's going to stay forever. This is a kind of a lagoon. It's a Mediterranean themed area, and I realised that there's actually barely any water in it. So I wanted to include a little bit of water around the areas and kind of just, I don't know, line it. I may build onto this kind of area with a bit of a dock from when you come down the main path into the area. I'll build some kind of like dock or like kind of fisherman's kind of area, along with the Mediterranean theme, so it kind of fits in there. And you can see on the right there that's actually the restaurant. I'll include some kind of screenshots and images of it so that you can actually see what it looks like, because I'm actually incredibly impressed with how it turned out. I also built a whole load of like kind of paths around this area because I wanted to kind of toy with the heights and kind of layering of this area. Yeah, it was something that I'd noticed while I'd been building, was that I hadn't been really using any layers or any kind of height differences while building, and it was something that I kind of wanted to change and actually add some kind of differentiation between the heights and kind of layers I've been using. So I managed to sort that out by just building a kind of raised pathway, which I have some major issues with. Probably a bit later in this build that you'll actually see, because I wanted to, on one of these houses, I wanted to include the Hats Fantastic shop. I think it's Hats Fantastic. Either way, something like that. I wanted to include that, but the pathway just didn't really want to toy with it, or at least work with it. So I managed to fix it in the end, but it was just a bit of like hassle and bother trying to work it out, and the path just kind of destructed itself in the worst ways imaginable. But it looks all right in the end. I kind of cover it up with a few different rocks and kind of things like that. So I had a few requests, and I actually had a few issues with the previous video. It seemed that when I'd recorded, I don't know what happened, but I experienced quite a lot of lag with the video. So it turned out very, very kind of jittery and kind of that kind of thing. I also didn't pay attention to my audio levels, and unfortunately, probably about halfway through the video, the music that I had on in the background actually comes blaring out of nowhere and completely drowns out my voice. So I'd like to apologise for that, and it won't happen again. I'm sorry. It was, something I was quite embarrassed about actually when it happened. But either way, hopefully you enjoyed that video anyway and managed to see a few different things that you wanted to see. So it worked out in the end. This video should be better. I've decided that I'm not going to include any extra audio in the videos. I've watched a few different videos of what other people do, and a lot of them don't tend to use any audio at all. So hopefully my own voice will be engaging enough for you to continue watching. So that's I thought I'd address that kind of situation now. With this build, I wanted to include a few different kind of techniques that I hadn't used so far. I paid attention to a lot of basically I've been playing around with the tools for probably about 4 or 5 hours before I even recorded this, just trying to find out new techniques. And I actually have a few that I haven't used in this video that I will be using quite soon. If you watched any of my earlier videos, you would have seen that I actually did a Main Street series, which was great. However, it was recorded just as I got the game, and it just wasn't to the best of my abilities. And I know that I'm a much better builder in this game now. And I don't know what that crossbeam is. Just literally don't ask me. So I'm a much better builder now, I'd like to think anyway. And so I have a lot more ideas and plans for the Main Street, which I will hopefully build very soon. I'm not sure if I want to get the Mediterranean theme, or at least this area, finished first. I'm actually not getting bored of the area, but I feel like a lot of the techniques I'm using have been seen before in the kind of pirate area. I'm not sure. Maybe if you let me know what you think, whether you want to see more of the Mediterranean area or if you actually want to kind of see me go on to something else. That building ended up looking like a hotel, actually. I'm not sure why. Trying a few different kind of walls here. But yeah, let me know if you would like me to go on to a different kind of set of buildings, because I'd quite like to go back to the Main Street, if I'm honest. But if you'd like to see me carry on the Mediterranean area, I'm more than happy to do that. It's just I feel like basically everything that I'm doing in it has already been seen before. I mean, the Colosseum was the main difference. But now that that's done, there's not really much more I can do with it. Most of the area is actually finished anyway, so there wasn't a whole lot I wanted to put in here. I was considering a coaster, but then I just decided I didn't really want to add that in. Perhaps when we get some more kind of theming objects, I may build a kind of dark ride in here, a bit like, I think it's Villa Volta, or I think that's the name of the ride. I think it's somewhere at Fantasia Land or something like that. But yeah, I'd like to build some kind of nice kind of themed dark ride around here that isn't using the roller coaster track if possible. But yeah, so that was basically it for the kind of things I wanted to talk about. I mean, I'm excited for the next alpha, which is on the 24th of May, I believe. So I'm very excited for that to come out, and hopefully it won't take too long from now. I'm just excited for it to go out. So excited. But yeah, so hopefully you like this kind of area. Again, do mention whether you want me to move on from this, because I'm not sure if people are going to get bored of just seeing the same kind of foliage planting everywhere. But yeah, either way, it turned out quite nicely. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, give it a massive thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye bye.